The spectacular scenery of the Pacific Northwest, including the region's largest city, Seattle, was the setting for the convention of the largest farm and ranch organization in the United States. The American Farm Bureau Federation's annual meeting returned to Seattle for the first time since 1952. The business session of the convention drew 369 voting delegates from across the nation, 23 from Texas. The farm and ranch delegates unanimously approved a special resolution strongly opposing cap-and-trade proposed legislation before Congress, while strongly supporting any legislative action that would suspend the Environmental Protection Agency's authority to regulate greenhouse gases under the Clean Air Act.
So this will bring us up to date currently on how we feel about cap and trade and global warming and that kind of thing. And we're very opposed to some of the things that are going on. And we look forward to working, as it goes forward, that we'll be working to get some of these issues settled.
Following a challenging year in the dairy industry, dairy policy was debated extensively. Delegates approved supporting changes to the federal milk marketing order structure, formulas and price classes used to compute milk prices in order for those prices to reflect current market conditions.
Milk production, milk industry has changed dramatically in the past few years, and we need to look at it differently than we've been looking at it. I think this is some new language that gets us looking at some market conditions that maybe didn't exist before.
Regarding risk management crop insurance policy, Texas delegates received passage of a resolution calling for all crop acreage reporting dates be a minimum of 30 days after the actual planting date.
Mainly it's an issue in the far southern reaches of the cropland, basically. It's probably not an issue for everyone, and it wasn't, too controversial, but there are instances where every now and then we're required to report what we've planted before we've actually planted it, and we're just trying to clear some issues up with RMA and FSA.
Texas also pushed through policy supporting a crop insurance program that may allow actual production history calculations to be based on 5 years of actual yield history, not adjusted for quality factors.
Well, in today's crop insurance programs, in order to get payments on poor quality, whether it be low test weights or whether it be aflatoxin or something, they reduce your yields. And when they reduce, it doesn't mean that you didn't produce the corn. It means, though, that in order to make you a payment, they're going to reduce the yields. And what that happens to create for the producer is that over a period of time, you reduce your APH, and then that way your insurance is of less value to you in the long run.
All policies approved at AFBF's annual meeting will guide the National Agricultural Organization's legislative and regulatory efforts through 2010. Delegates also re-elected AFBF President Bob Stallman, a Texas cattle and rice producer, to a 6th two-year term. Barry Bushew of Oregon was re-elected vice president. The 91st American Farm Bureau Convention opened with its traditional parade of flags of the states. More than 4,000 Farm Bureau members then settled in for the president's annual address.
It is more vital than ever that we communicate about our values, that we convey how food production today is compatible with traditional ideals. We hear much about sustainability, which in my book is the most overused and ill-defined word in the policy arena today. The first sustainability for agriculture has to be economic sustainability.
Numerous conferences and seminars offered Farm Bureau members the opportunity to hear from industry experts and a former member of Congress from the state of Texas.
Health care reform is absolutely necessary if we're going to avoid a financial calamity for our country. Period. Doing nothing is not an option.
In other convention activities, during the State Farm Bureau Awards program, Texas Farm Bureau won 5 awards of excellence. TFB also received the Navigator Award for Outstanding Membership Growth, with the largest membership gain in 2009, with 17,101 new members. As part of the trade show exhibits, the Farmer Idea Exchange showcased farmers and ranchers' ideas on various innovations from marketing techniques to equipment modifications. Texas farmer John McDowell Jr. displayed his workshop oil storage solution. McDowell utilizes 3 carts to hold barrels on his farm that handle and store lubricants. This allows him to buy in bulk and reduce storage space. For Voices of Agriculture, this is Tom Nicolette in Seattle.